Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, January 30th. Okay, so we're still very much in the new moon window energy. There is still a, let's call it darkness that we're sitting in. Doesn't mean that it's dark and funky and dangerous, but we're kind of waiting for that clarity to come. We're waiting for the new downloads, for the new vision to absolutely come within us so that we can articulate what's going on, where the inspiration needs to be kind of pursued before we actually go ahead, take action, and make moves. And again, until Mars goes direct here in a couple of weeks, we are building up the inner realm, carefully strategizing what needs to be done, and not a whole lot of action being taken in that external realm. But today we have Uranus, the great awakener, who is in his rulership, not only over Aquarius season, not only over all of this Aquarius energy that we've been tapping into here this week. First of all, with Mercury moving in the Aquarius energy, and then the new moon popping off in Aquarius energy. Now Uranus is going direct in Taurus energy. And again, this is going to give us a jolt of electricity, a jolt of insight, a jolt of visions and details that we've been lacking in order for us to understand what we need to do at this stage of the game, which Uranus's whole retrograde in this Taurus energy dating back to September 1st of 2024 has been showing us, illuminating for us where it is that we are desperately trying to hold on to the same old in the physical realm while actively trying to collapse it. So we've been aware of what needs to change in our physical realms, where routines, relationships, resources, money matters, goals, visions actually are concerned, but we've been hesitant in doing what needs to be done. And so with this jolt, we do have to expect the unexpected because that's what Uranus is all about. But we're definitely going to see a forward movement, really kind of understand where our energy is needed the most in order to wrap certain things up, detach ourselves from certain ways of doing things in order for this Uranian energy to point us in the right direction of fresh new perspectives, fresh new ideas, fresh new actions to be made in order to blaze a fresh new path moving on and moving forward. There is an astro event for Uranus going direct that I will encourage you to take a listen to. And of course, if you have your January energy guide available to you, this is the last astro event taking place in January for this month. And of course, we will be moving on to February's energy guide, which I highly recommend you download, that you stay in alignment with these energies to make them work for you instead of allowing them to work against you. So we're still in the new moon energy. Now we have Uranus shifting directions. We're going to feel that jolt. There is going to be a high anxiety, restlessness, edginess, irritation floating in the air. I'm sure you've been feeling it all week. Go ahead, listen to the ascension forecast that I put out for this week to understand why. This is a lot of energy coursing through our vessels, trying to break up those energy blockages so that we can receive the amount of downloads, insights, light bulb moments, and epiphanies that all of this Aquarius and Uranian energy is trying to push in our physical form that our physical vessel just is not ready to receive as of yet, thus the aches, the pains, thus the ascension symptoms. So we got a lot going on. There are 10 different aspects taking place here today. 8 of them are going to involve the moon, but we do see the moon in this Aquarius energy go void, of course, at 6:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We move into Pisces energy at 5:53 p.m. again, Eastern Standard Time, and that transition is definitely going to take us out of this buzzy headspace and throw us into the emotional realm in order for us to realize, release, let go, detach from a lot of the emotion, a lot of the thoughts, the ideas, the perspectives, if you will, that are limiting us from moving on and moving forward. This is a wrap up cycle. The Pisces energy needs to purge us from those shadow parts of self that, again, are not serving us, lighten the load, if you will, so that, again, we can strengthen our connection to our higher selves, to our intuition, and therefore receive the goal, the vision, the dreams from the higher realms that we now need to actively plan and strategize around on how it is that we're going to bring these things to life. So we kick off the day with the moon in this Aquarius energy, sextiling, which is a beautiful interaction with Chiron, the wounded healer, in Aries energy. So this is air and fire. So there's going to be a combustion. There's going to be a spark. And because Chiron is involved, This is going to be a time of healing because the moon is in Aquarius. This is a shift in our mood, in our attitude, in our perspective. We're acting as the observer. We're seeing things from a different lens, from a different set of eyes. Therefore, we're changing how we feel about it. And thus, we're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty empowered. We're seeing ourselves from a very strong, very confident lens. We're feeling well equipped, well prepared for what needs to be done. The moon in Aquarius is going to make a harsh interaction with Mars, though. Mars being the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desire, even our anger. He's currently retrograde still, again, sitting on the bench, reassessing, reanalyzing, revisiting some old thoughts, some old ideas, especially around the home and family environment, especially around our emotional wants, needs, and desires. We're looking to stabilize our inner realm and really identify the emotional fuel that we need to be using in order to make the changes that we have to make to stabilize not only our inner realm, but our outer realm as well. Because this isn't the greatest interaction, this is likely going to bring up a lot of frustration, a lot of jitteriness, a lot of those anxieties, a lot of that worry, a lot of the pressure that we're feeling, because again, we actively want to see a lot more progress in our physical realms than we're currently seeing, and that in itself is a little bit frustrating. We have the moon in this Aquarius energy getting into the boxing ring, squaring off with Uranus. Uranus rules over this Aquarius energy, so we know that this is going to be intense. However, Uranus still retrograde in Taurus energy at this point. This is the last interaction that Uranus will be making before stationing direct. So the square is illuminating for us where it is that we are feeling tension, where we're feeling conflict because we're going through a growing pain. The growing pain here is of course, Uranus and this Taurus energy retrograde, of course, has been showing us for the last 5 months where it is that we're resisting making the changes that we know that we need to make in our physical realm in order to, again, close the door on the old version of self and that old world that old version of self had built and transition into this new version of self and start creating the realm and reality that resonates with this new version of self. So the tension here is that the Aquarius energy, the Taurus energy, they're both fixed signs. Fixed energy resists change at all costs, even though we are praying for the change that we are currently resisting and making. The Taurus energy, again, fixed earth sign, wants to keep everything the same, even though what was built off of routine is now kind of looking like a prison. The Aquarius energy, again, very futuristically focused. We know what needs to be done in the present moment in order to free up the space and align us with the goal, the vision, the dream that we're trying to piece together for our future selves. So this is going to be a jolt of energy that isn't going to feel very good. We're going to feel that tension. We're going to feel that jitteriness. We're going to feel that anxiety because, again, Uranus is literally minutes away from stationing direct. Interestingly enough, though, 6:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon is going to go void, of course. We're still in that Aquarius energy, but we're in a void. And the very first thing that happens the minute that moon enters into the void is that Uranus stations direct in this Taurus energy at 8:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We sit in this energy for a couple of hours, and again, it's going to feel very raw coursing through your body. Again, if you need to listen to the Ascension forecast for this week to remind you that you're not cray-cray, to remind you of where all of these energies are manifesting in the physical form, definitely do that just to calm the mental plane down. But the moon goes ahead in this void, makes a very positive interaction with Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money, in this Pisces energy. And so we have air and water, we have electricity and this creativity, this inspiration coming together to illuminate for us where it is that our heart is changing. Venus is this heart space. She's very connected to the physical realm. She's in Pisces energy trying to unpack who and what is no longer serving a purpose, no longer kind of resonating with us. We have to do the work to let things go in the Pisces energy in order to prepare to start fresh, to start something new. So we're realizing new wants, new needs, new desires, new values, new priorities, new goal, new vision, new dream on what our day-to-day life actually wants to look like and actually needs to feel like. The moon goes ahead, makes a positive interaction with Mars. So this is the point in time where we're kind of bossing up. We're getting motivated. We're getting hell-bent, damn well and determined. We have a realization on what we need to build, what we need to create, first of all, in our inner realm of emotion. Secondary to that, getting the plan together so that when Mars goes direct, which he will in a couple of weeks, we have a plan. We have a strategy. We know step by step what needs to be done to either strengthen and stabilize our physical realms in the here and now, or to start building upon this new goal, vision, and dream that we're currently piecing together and percolating upon. The moon, while in this void, in this Aquarius energy, first makes a very positive interaction to Neptune, of course, in his rulership in this Pisces energy, and that North Node in Pisces. We have Neptune and this North Node coming into a conjunction here very shortly. This is going to be a fated degree. This is going to be a high level of intuition, of inspiration, of downloads, of creativity, of our higher self talking directly to us and us understanding what needs to be done. This is a beautiful energy because we are in this new moon void. We are essentially open for receiving whatever downloads, whatever thoughts, whatever emotions need to come in to either help us wrap up, provide endings and closures to that old chapter, that old cycle, or start building towards something new. And this is going to feel very chaotic within you. This is going to trigger anxiety. This is going to trigger a lot of just weird energies coming in that you're not going to be able to identify. And at 5:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon is going to shift into that Pisces energy. And suddenly there is this refreshing renewal calm that takes over and mutes the buzz for just a little minute. Now at 5:59 p.m., just, what are we looking at? 6 minutes after the moon moves into this Pisces energy, ready to wrap up an emotional cycle, we have the sun in Aquarius energy, trining, which is a beautiful interaction, with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. He, of course, is retrograde, again, reanalyzing, reassessing, revisiting things from the past. And because he's in Gemini energy, this is old information, old wisdom, old knowledge, old tough love life lessons, old conversations, old ideas. This trine is air on air action, and it's really triggering this combustion, if you will, to renew and refresh our hopes, our wishes, our dreams, and our desire to actually grow, to actually evolve, to actually improve, to actually move on. This is going to trigger this, I'm going to call it semi-excitement, semi-passion to want to do something new, either to, pursue a new path, to pursue a new project, pursue a new relationship, pursue a new learning chapter. There's some sort of craving, if you will, for new information, new stimulation, new knowledge. And this all has to do with growing and evolving. So this is a beautiful pep in our step at this particular juncture. And it's coming at a beautiful time because the last thing that we have going on here today is the moon in this Pisces energy. Again, all dreamy, all creative, all intuition, all up in the feels, making a beautiful interaction with Pluto, the great transformer, who, of course, in Aquarius energy, pushing for major change, major transformation in our consciousness, in our wisdom, in our knowledge, in our ability to understand the vision, the goal, the dream of the future self, and be able to break that down into small, more manageable pieces so that we can actually start doing what needs to be done to aligning with that potentiality. The moon and Pluto going to intensify our emotions, but lucky for us, this is a beautiful interaction, which means that there's some sort of creativity, imagination, and intellect merging within us, totally shifting our mood, our attitude, especially with what it is that we feel confident enough to actually bring to life, to actually achieve. So this is a boss up energy, and it's putting into perspective, again, what needs to be done, and we're finally feeling well equipped and well prepared to do just that.